Hi, this is Gail Houseman from the ALS Association, and I'm speaking on Who Gets ALS. This is the 102 series for healthcare professionals. So, ALS occurs all over the world in every culture. It's roughly about 1 to 2 per 100,000 people. So if you live in a town of 100,000 people, we would expect to see 1 to 2 cases of ALS. ALS occurs on average 2 to 4 per 100,000 people in members of the military, however. So this is different than the world average. And as far as the military goes, it would be any branch, any period of time, and any type of service. This also includes people that were not involved in active combat. So it's any type of service in the military. ALS is more common in men until the age of 65, and then it sort of equals out, and the researchers, as far as I know, don't know why. The most common age for symptoms of ALS and diagnosis is between ages 40 to 70, but ALS can occur in ages in later teens, actually, into the 90s. The average life expectancy after diagnosis is about 2 to 5 years, although progression, severity, and symptoms of ALS are unpredictable and vary from person to person. There are 2 forms of ALS. The sporadic is the most common, and that's about 90 to 95% of people who have ALS have the sporadic form. And that basically means that there's no family history of ALS. The less common is called the familial, and approximately 5 to 10% of people who have ALS have this form. This is the form that runs in families. If you have a person with the familial form of the disease, their children, their offspring, has about a 50% chance of getting the gene. So far, researchers have been able to identify over a dozen genetic mutations, which accounts for approximately 70% of the familial cases.